Pete'sTools.com.
G'day guys, Pete from Pete's Tools, great to see you here again today. Hey, today what Pete's going on about is, can you actually clean Mig Welder liners? There's a lot of controversy really. People say you can, people say you can't. Well, I'll give anything a crack, Nigel. So what I'm going to do today is going to pull the liner out of my Mig Welder, see if we can clean it, because it's getting a little bit raspy. I can feel it in the torch when the wire's going through. So anyway, we'll give it a go and try and clean it, and if not, we'll have to replace it. But this is how I clean the liner anyway, guys. Same as usual, you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day at Pete'sTools.com, and let's see what I'm doing this week. Yeah!
So I don't know if you guys are anything like me. Sometimes when you pull the trigger on your MIG torch, you can feel it sort of vibrating like that in the torch. So I checked the tension on my drive rollers and they seem alright. So the only thing I can really put it down to is might be my MIG liner's got a bit of shit in it. So we'll pull it out and have a look at it, guys, and see if I can clean it up a little bit, eh? So first thing we'll do, guys, is we'll just take the lead out. This is just a Euro fitting, guys. Most of you guys welders have the same sort of thing, I would imagine. Just take it out and pull it out a little bit like so, like I do. You can wind the wire back, but I just normally don't bother. Just do lazy Pete and just cut it off like so. And then we'll grab the torch and we'll put it on the workbench, eh, and have a look at it. So the first thing I do, guys, when I've got my old torch out on the bench, is just disassemble the actual torch head itself. Take your contact tip out. I just find it's easier to pull the liner out if I do that. Some people don't do it, they just pull it out from the other end, but I just find it easier. Take your contact tip holder out, take your contact tip out like so, and just make sure if you've got a ceramic swirl ring here that you don't break it when you take it off. This thing here is a rubber one, so it doesn't really matter. Right, now grab the other end of the gun, guys. And on the Euro fitting end like this, we have sort of a cap here to hold the liner in, so just unscrew that. Normally it's only hand tight, but you may need a crescent to do it. And here we have the start of our liner here, guys, so just pull it out a little bit. And because I got my torch twirled up on the bench, it won't come out, so what we have to do is straighten the torch out. Right, so I've straightened the torch out as best I can, guys, and this should just pull out of here now. See how easy it is to pull out now? Just pull them out like so. Beautiful, Pete, beautiful. All right, now here we have both ends of our torch liner. This is just a steel liner like so, just for using steel wire. That's what I'm welding with. But you can get Teflon liners and also plastic liners. Here, hold on a minute, guys. I'll show you a Teflon liner. See, this is a Teflon liner, guys. It's much the same as the other liner, but it's designed for welding aluminum. This is actually a steel liner, and this is Teflon. One, it doesn't conduct electricity, obviously, and this is designed for softer wires, really, because this is like a big coiled up spring. This one here is like a big coiled up spring. And the softer wires just tend to kink over inside it. So you're far better off using a Teflon or a plastic liner if you're using a really, really soft wires. It also welds aluminum a hell of a lot better, obviously. So anyway, guys, let's get back to trying to clean out this liner, to see if I can make my wire run a bit smoother in it. So all I do is just pull the old wire out like so. Sometimes if your liner's really, really bad, when you pull this wire out, you can see some like dirty marks and that on there. I don't think this liner is that bad, but we'll have a go at cleaning it out and see if it makes a difference in the way my wire moves through the liner. Because even the slightest hiccup in here, guys, with your wire going through it, it can basically bugger your welding up completely. So before I even attempt to clean it out, guys, what I do is just run my hands along it to make sure it hasn't got any kinks or that in it. Because sometimes it doesn't matter how much you clean these things, it's not going to make any difference. So just pull it through like that. See if you can feel any kinks in it, because the main problem with these things is if it has a kink in it, you're never going to get it right. And you get kinks in it by bending your torch lead too much and running over it, like with your car or your truck or whatever. If you think like me, I just run over things, I'm just clumsy, full stop. But make sure that it hasn't got any kinks in this liner, guys. You can feel it with your fingers. So this one doesn't seem so bad, so we'll try and clean it out, guys. This is what I do to clean it out. So grab your liner, guys, and once again lay it out as straight as you possibly can. So I'll go over here, as straight as you possibly can, so that you can try and clean it all the way through. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. It's worth a go, but I mean the cost of these things is 2/5 of bugger all anyway, so if it doesn't work you're going to have to replace it. It's not worthwhile mucking around with your weld quality if it's just something as simple as your liner. Anyway, this is what I do, guys. Grab the end that goes into your Euro torch fitting, grab some CRC or some sort of lubricant, even engine degreaser or something like that, but something with an oil base would be better, and just try and spray it in this hole here. Just try and get it to go down there. Don't know if you can see it there. I see it's going down there, actually going down the hole. See that, guys? It's actually going down the hole. Grab your ear blower. Hopefully you got one with a really small end on it like this. Stick it in there like so, and just try and blow it out, guys. Try and force as much air down there as you possibly can. That's what I say, the smaller the nozzle the better. You can actually fit it in there. And then grab the other end of it. And then if you come and grab this end of it, see where the springy end of it is? You can sort of bend the spring like that, and you can sort of see inside it. So what I do, open the spring out, and go all the way down. And try and loosen up any shit that's in there. It might take a while to do it. You've got to come all the way down your lead like so, bend it over, put air in it. And like I say, sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's just better to buy a new liner, because they're awfully cheap. I'll put some links down below for some liners. I mean, those cheapest chips. But if you get stuck in the middle of a job or something and it's really hard to get your wire going through nice and smooth, well, this is about the only option you got, especially if you're a long way away from a store or something. Something else I use to try and clean it out, guys, is a bit rougher, but it has worked as well. You've really got a lot of crap stuck in it. Grab your liner, you belt it on your workbench, try and loosen up the shit, and then blow it out again. But once again, if you're doing this, don't put kinks in it. As soon as you get a kink in it, then your liner's buggered. So after you've done your best to blow it out, guys, we'll just reassemble it. This is the way I've cleaned them, or tried to clean them over the years anyway. Like I say, sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. Like I say, sometimes it's just easier just to go and bite the bullet and buy a new liner. But you got to give these things a go. Go to Crack Nigel, save money where you can. You guys might have some better ideas of how to do it. You know, just DIY in the backyard. But that's about the best way I've found over the years anyway, guys. Right, so we'll put them back in there. Put our retaining cap back on. Like, beautiful. Turn them around the other way, guys. Grab the other end of your torch. Reassemble it back the other way. Put your tip holder in. Then put your tip back in. And then put your gas nozzle back on. Now let's go and hook it back up to the welder, guys, see if it's made any difference. So guys, we've still got our wire that we left hanging out here, remember? So we'll just put our fitting back on. Screw them up. Turn the welder on. See if we've got any wire coming out. I can feel it coming, guys. There we go, beautiful. You know what, guys, that's actually a little bit better. I might get away with that for another month's welding or something like that. Definitely worthwhile doing, but it takes quite a long time, really. Like it probably took me half an hour to blow that liner right out from one end to the other. But you can only do the best you can do. And like I say, if you can't get all the shit out of it, you might just have to bite the bullet and buy a new liner, guys. So guys, that's about it for the day. That's how I clean out my MIG liner anyway. Like, it might not be perfect, but it might just get you out of a hole, you know what I mean? If you're away from the store or you can't get another one, or you're just too miserable like me to go and actually buy one. Anyway guys, same as usual, you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Come say good day at pete'stools.com. Check out the videos in the description below if you want to check out my latest finds at the dump. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
pete'stools.com.